And we're off. these are my store-bought specs. It's a thing. I wanted to mention, the schedule has become a little bit erratic. I'm not posting every day. And one of the things that's going on is my tendency to have migraines has come back, like viciously back into my life. And I counted it up on the calendar today to see how bad it was. And I've had 11 in the last 20 days since the beginning of the month. And and I have a medication that works, but it interferes a little bit with how much sleep I get, and then the medication makes me feel a little off. So I've just been giving myself a break. I do a lot of videos, but just recently I've needed to back off a bit. So I hope you will understand that and stick with me. Today I wanted to start with, this is a wonderful, it's not tarot, it's called the Architect's Guidebook. The cards are the wild unknown archetypes. I think it's a great deck, and unless I've already lost it, well, that's bizarre. I had one out well, I'll tell you what it was, because the pages turned to it, but it's a card called the Creator, and I thought this one cried out to be heard. The Creator, the artist, the alchemist, the innovator. The Creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges. With meager, minimal, and outlandish materials, the Creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others toss away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The Creator does this by first being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different, and second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity, it remains nameless. It is the Creator's lifelong companion. The artist, the alchemist, the innovator. Like, I can't. So yeah, I mean, I like that with whatever materials are at hand. We kind of scab together, piecemeal together, some image of the unnameable thing. Whether we're artists, alchemists, or just, whoever we are, that's sort of the challenge, I hope. So everybody's a creator. And the mediums may be very different. To knit a quilt is to be a creator. To cook a meal, to nurse a baby, to love somebody. Tower. Didn't that remind you of Tower a little bit? It's annihilation, but in its wake, it leaves this creative potential. That's what Tower does. It doesn't destroy in order to it's both an element of destruction and creation. It takes things down to the bone, and then we can see what pops up. Big change. Big change. Okay, we have 2 here. 7 of Cups, a card of possibilities, decision making. Can be a card of fantasy, you know, like which cup, what do I want? All these things are available to me, all these kinds of love or attachment or interest, things I'm going to turn my attention to. And it can be a card of confusion. What do I turn my attention to? Perhaps in the wake of this Tower. Four of Pentacles, a card of hanging on and of sometimes of holding back. But this looks to me like somebody's sort of a button down. And it might be that the Tower, what the Tower exploded was both sort of almost like a self-imposed confusion. Like I'm conflicted, I don't know what to choose. Four of Pentacles, you know, if I choose something, what do I lose? Is there some kind of exchange in which I have to give up something I already have? And I don't even know what it is. How am I supposed to give it up? I don't know what's coming in. And it seems to me the Tower says, you know, you can't stay in that place, in this sort of constricted, tight place. Tower is kind of the thing you've outgrown. And the universe knows it and, you know, is setting you free. Setting somebody free. I see it as a card of Scorpio. It's a major arcana anyways. Six of Pentacles. I think that's like perhaps getting help. You know, as if this holding back Four of Pentacles card, you know, is kind of a card of lack mentality. You know, I have to hold on to what I've got, I'm going to lose it all. And this is a card, Six of Pentacles, more like, no, there's more coming in. Something to balance it out, equalize the scales, so you don't have to be in this kind of clenched position to feel secure. There's some kind of tangible help on the way. And it may be you who's offering the help. Balanced anyway. Because Four of Pentacles is not a state of balance. It's a state of contraction. It's you know, sort of like, this is mine. I'm not going anywhere. I might lose something. And Six of Pentacles is often a card of generosity. That would be a turnaround. What's the Tower, please? It's another big chunker, so we'll just go with it. Tower is based on some sort of struggle. You know, all these guys are whacking away at each other. No clear purpose. Nobody's pulling together. I thought of this card this morning with the image of like putting cats in a bag. If you put cats in a sack and sort of shake the sack, that's what happens. You know, everybody's sort of fighting, but fighting blindly. It's very disorganized energy. Hangman. This is a card, on the other hand, of like, time out. Ding! You know, go back to your corner and take that pause to figure out what's going on. What feelings are causing this fracas? And I don't think it's internal, although it might be. Is it internal? Well, we're moving on from it, whatever it is. There's an element of escape, you know, let's go. Get the wife, the child, the dude, whatever we can carry with us, and get out of the, this isn't safe harbor anymore. So we'll move on to something that's more calm and peaceful, in the realm of the mind, of the thinking. 5 of Cups. Out of some kind of loss, let's move forward. 2 5s, sorry, little something on the table, little buggy. This is bracketed by 2 5s. 5 of Wands, 5 of Cups. This is sort of the sadness, the loss. This is the struggle. The cat's in the bag. Or the cat's let out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. So I think it's moving away from sadness as the only thing we feel. Because Hangman is a card of Pisces, a card of deep feelings, deep consideration, not taking action, because this is certainly taking action, but it's a very disorganized kind of, there's no common purpose. So I think we should clarify the 5 of Cups here. 10 of Pentacles. That's like the opposite end of the spectrum. It may be something like a feeling that one has lost one's home, one's place, the fulfillment of home and hearth. Because there's a moving on, 6 of Swords. On 5 of Wands, we have 2 of Swords. That impasse. Again, a kind of a stop and consider, like Hangman in a way. This is a card of non-action, of being at a crossroads. Possibly of believing 2 things that are true but mutually exclusive. On Tower, we have death, which makes sense, because both speak to like profound change. Tower, no going back. Death card, Scorpio. I see them both as scorpionic energies, just a major transformation of the psyche. He's just pointing to it in case you're wondering where that is. And on 6 of Pentacles, we have King of Swords. Air sign, possibly Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It's an energy of clarity, truth, objective analysis. And it can be cold, or it can just be that perspective, the higher perspective. Objective in the sense of just, it's not my personal, it's not a personal truth I'm after. It's almost like I need to get my own dog out of the game and see this from a slightly analytical place. I'm not sure if that's what's changing, or if we're getting this massive change as a result of some sort of clarity on the part of this air sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here in Hangman. Okay. Tell us about this, the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. This deck? Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Well, it might be somebody trying to conserve their individual energy. Four of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. This is the individual who can take care of themselves. It's like, I'm good. I got this. They're at home in their own skin. They've made their environment a place that sustains them. And maybe they had to conserve their energy to do that. It's a card of Virgo, of that earth energy independence. I sustain myself. Tell me about the Seven of Cups, the confusion, the options, the illusion. It may be that well, if it was an illusion, this is a card of learning and of study. Some people say it's a card of the spy. I don't get that off of this one. But he is sort of on, there's something about his back foot. You know, his weight is on his back foot. He looks scared. Usually Page of Swords is more about learning than about, but maybe there was a lesson to be learned out of this illusion place. Too many options or too much fantasizing. In a way that doesn't, you know, fantasy can be a manifestation process. You know, you think about it, you envision it with your third eye, you draw it in. But this is more like, I can't draw it in because I'm scattered. And this could be more like a focus energy. Like get some King of Swords kind of analytical focus. Particularly if somebody's afraid, because this guy does look a little bit scared to me. Like wanting to find a truth because he's in this swimmy place, he, she, they, place of confused feelings. So, place of confused feelings, then underneath it is this card of the Hangman of Pisces, of, you know, processing your feelings by stepping back. That's exactly what Page of Swords does too. They're processing, they're stepping back to learn something about this Seven of Cups confusing feelings. Tell us about Hangman, please. Queen of Wands. I mean, I love Queen of Wands. I really do. She's creative. She's independent. She's very much in touch with what can't be seen but can be felt. I was thinking the other day about, because we're always talking about Queen of Wands and High Priestess can read the room, can feel the energies. And it's a little bit like, I was thinking, like a dog will get on sort of red alert in certain situations, or will identify somebody as a threat. And it's their sort of animal instinct that says, you know, I read the vibes around me and I know it's time to be hypervigilant. She doesn't read the vibes in that way, but she does have that kind of sensitivity that if there was a dangerous individual or scenario, she would know it. And I don't know why I'm saying that. It's on Hangman, which is a card of, you know, taking a pause to figure out, to process your feelings. Let's get one on the 6. She's not a confused individual ordinarily. And she's not afraid of her feelings. She's not really afraid. She's not really afraid. Wouldn't that be nice? Six of Swords, please. What are we moving on from, into? Oh, we got quite a few. Eight of Pentacles, a card of doing the work, mastering a craft, even focusing on work. Six of Swords, you know, moving on from a conflicted mental place by focusing on your work. Not sure. Knight of Wands. This is the, can be the scattered knight. You can see raring to go. I mean, the horse is rearing up. It's a passionate, you know, supercharged kind of energy, in the energy of Queen of Wands. And Eight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands are very opposite energies. Earth energy, Pentacles, is about tangible stuff and buckling down and working over time in a focused way. This is the inspiration that might be behind that. You know, it's a creative, high-spirited energy. Knight of Wands. Hermit. Card of Virgo. A card of, you know, the knowledge that comes when you are willing to get out of this place. You know, you go into the quiet of your own deepest self to get wisdom, to get balance, to get back into yourself. Like, so I'm almost getting that some situation, kind of a cat in the bag situation, really destabilized the whole group you were dealing with. It's not just an internal thing. It like had echoes through the other people involved. And you may have had to retreat to get into the quiet place. And I'm hearing something about it prematurely aged you. I've been there. But, you know, the wisdom that you've gained through this trying energy vastly outweighs the destabilizing factors, indeed. Ace of Swords. You know, that clarity, that truth in the King of Swords energy. Finding a truth, finding a kind of, I'm hearing like level ground. Because this is a card of sort of leveling up. We got the scales. Level ground. This is the archetype of the one who knows, the sage. And this is sort of a, in 3D, the truth that comes in, that we can actually speak. This is sort of a card of going into isolation, and it's not a big blabby card. It's a hermit energy. It's a withdrawal, but it's a withdrawal in order to get wisdom. And here it is. Like, universe is saying, here you go. Here it is. And it has the victory wreath on top. So, and I'm just going to lay them down over here to see if there's something I'm missing. So the erratic energy, albeit creative energy, like we were talking about here, the creator working with whatever materials are at hand. is kind of supplanted by this hermit energy of the quiet and the stillness. This character would be in search of truth, but all over the place. You know, kind of bubbling over with exuberant youthful energy. And the hermit, like the age before your time, I think it just means, I mean, because hermit does speak to time. It does. All the earth energy cards do. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But it's slow time. It's almost like a dream time. So tell me about, again, the Six of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Maybe it's once you get out of this contentious situation, Six of Swords, you can focus on your work, and it might be your life's work, you know, or it might be just what you need to do every day to sustain yourself. Suddenly you have the focus to do it. Tell us a little bit more about the sadness. This might be rebuilding. I'm sorry, I sort of keep interrupting myself, but Five of Cups, the sad place, the regret, the loss, and this moving forward to a better mental attitude, Six of Swords, enables this individual to be able to do the work. You know, to slow down and master the craft. Tell us about the craft and as it relates to this Five of Cups, regret or sadness or feeling of loss. What's the work? This is a card of happiness. Card of sadness. This is the major arcana. And I'm getting it's almost like it's out of your control, in the sense that this will come shine on you regardless. You're feeling sad, but you're going to process your feelings and get kind of mojo back. Fire energy, the sun, happiness, revelation. Queen of Wands, the one who embodies that and knows it. You know, knows their own power on the basis of having processed perhaps this sadness. Because in that Queen's energy, we go from, I mean, look at the difference. Grief and regret, the spilled cups, there are two still standing. And maybe the message is, you know, there are two still standing. Two of Cups still upright. Once this grief is processed. Hangman. And then you go from, where was Five of Pentacles? Didn't we have Five of Pentacles? No, Five of Wands, Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles would be loss, and this is abundance. And I don't think it's like a fleeting sadness. I think it's a place where you've been a long time, because Pentacles can speak to time. A long time working to sort of reset the mind, get a new perspective, a new attitude. That's also Hangman, new perspective. See it from the other, you know, from the other view. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. again, in the Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy of somebody who's mastered their, not mastered their emotions, but, you know, mastered any fear around their feelings. They might feel the fear, but they feel everything else as well. The one who's in this position, Four of Pentacles, where'd you go? Here we go, is not willing to feel it. King of Cups, willing to feel it, you know, and it might be to feel a little afraid. I need to conserve my energy for myself. But somebody's willing to share. Right hot on the heels of conserve the energy, there's a rebalancing, a recalibration, and a generosity coming in. Got a lot of earth energy here. Okay, we have Leo. Also might be a timing card. We have Leo, Virgo, Pisces, Scorpio twice over. That's it. And there's a fairly heavy emphasis on air energy. King of Swords, Two of Swords, Six of Swords, Ace of Swords. There's a definite, there's like a, I'm hearing the jewel in the crown, a kind of, or the pearl of great price. There's sort of these gemstone or jewel references. The pearl being, you know, what grows in the oyster from some irritant. It's usually a bit of sand or a bit of grit or a bit of something. And the pearl is the oyster's response to sort of seal this thing off, whatever it is. It's a foreign body. And I like that the, you know, what makes the pearl in the oyster is a bit like this. You know, what inspires this amazing transformation does entail some sort of chaotic energy as well, and the end of something. But the last card out is the new beginning, the clarity, the truth. Remember I said, like, not the personal truth, the objective truth? And it is that, but not in a cold way. It's revelation. It's offered by the, you know, the hand coming straight out of the clouds. It's like a direct line of communication from this, the ability to do this. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, looks like the pair here. And, you know, there aren't a lot of cups on the board in terms of love and connection. We do have Seven of Cups, which is that confused energy. Five of Cups, which is sadness. But we also have Sun, which is the trump card, happiness. And I think once again, it's sort of one of those, like, sadness is inescapable, really, except that you can do this. Once you've hangman processed the feelings, you can move on. And it's kind of like sort of rescuing yourself almost. And somebody, you know, the whole family's in the boat. So there is an inclusiveness to this. And maybe I'm wrong, these are a couple. because this is sort of the whole family. The whole family. King of Cups. There's a little bit of a, you know, when this happens, there is this sort of duck and cover. You know, when the tower comes down and everything gets blown to bits, and there's this major transformation, and there's this sort of contraction, like, you know, what's going to be left of me after this? Well, this is what's left of you. Nine of Pentacles, the card of, you know, being. You're still standing. You're good. And I think you're both, you know, both characters are kind of cared for and come into balance. They help each other. But yeah, there's going to be a kind of a moment of like, which you'll learn from. It'll snap you out of some kind of confusion or illusion. And I keep saying you, and I just wanted to mention, cross watchers, you know, you might be watching for, or this might resonate for you about a relationship, but the roles may feel scrambled. They're also timeless readings. You know, this may not be pinpointing exactly how it is now. It may be something more that happens in Leo time, or begins in Leo time and is resolved in Scorpio time. Might be. But overall, timeless reading where the roles can be quite fluid. But I suspect you're one of the cats in the bag. You're going to figure it out, and things will get calm and clear. They will get calm and clear. take my word for it, really. I'm rooting for that, calm and clear. All right, folks, I will see you next time. Appreciate you, and yeah, join the party, subscribe, like, share. We got a good thing going.